cognitive biases when pitching. What does that mean? It means that you want investors to be hanging on every word that you say, right? Which means that you need some pretty hefty tools to do that. And I'm going to give you 3 of them. And for the rest, you can just visit the article and dive deep into them. The first one is called, well, it's a combination between a thing we call the loss aversion plus the second order thinking. What that means is there's nothing connected to Star Wars, but it's something as when you're framing your pitch, like skipping this deal will cost you a lot more later on. So what you're really doing is that you're telling them that it displays them on the loss aversion and moves them from goes deeper than right now. Second bias, it's called authority plus framing. And one of my favorites, which is basically the circle of competence, right? What that means is that you want to be speaking your investors / clients' language. If you're pitching fintech, you don't want to be talking some SaaS jargon. You want to be talking specific Revolut analogies and something that's going to be super familiar to them, because familiar equals credible. Number 3 is the inversion plus confirmation bias. You might have heard the confirmation bias a lot. When you combine it with aversion, it's a deadly tool to make sure that investors understand, not just understand, but are actually enthralled by what you're trying to do. What that means is that you own their doubts, right? Which means that you're telling them what's going to go wrong. Here's what might actually go wrong. And here's how we will be prepared / solve that and avoid what's going to happen wrong, right? And sometimes you even want to go as far as telling them, here's how we're going to actually fix this. So basically, you're telling them that this will flip their bias into trust. Super simple. Last but not least, you want to be using these biases smartly, which means you want to be making the pitch unforgettable. Don't overdo it, because sometimes overdoing it will be super corny and investors will catch up on that and you're never going to have another chance.